Hey everybody, before you continue watching the video, make sure you give the channel a like and subscribe. Go and follow us on Instagram. Go and check out all the different social media scenarios. Make sure if you're enjoying the content, go there, like, subscribe, follow, so we can keep putting stuff out. If you've got any questions, leave a comment. All right, make a comment on either of our pages and we'll answer them as soon as we can.
When BJJ comes into your life?
Oh yeah, so music, was a big part of my life, and I would say I'm 34.
Yeah.
When I was about 27, turning 27.
So you were still doing the producing and stuff when you started doing jiu-jitsu, or you stopped?
Yeah. I actually have never stopped. Okay. Really. I came to terms with the fact that I had to be all in.
Yeah.
To do it at a certain point, and I've had some great times, but I kind of accepted that, like, there's some other work which I can get into that I got into as a result, which kind of shaped my perspective on the world and that kind of stuff, made me see the bigger picture. Yeah. But in terms of jiu-jitsu, I just one day decided, like I did karate growing up as well. Okay. I did Gokan-Ryu.
Yeah.
Which
it might be the same as what Petrus does. It might be. I can't remember.
Well,
I can't remember.
I have a feeling maybe not, because this one was very for the kids. It was very kata based.
Maybe he was saying that was the door knocking one.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's the door knocking one. They sign
you up for a year. You're going to be a black belt. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Each tick.
Yeah.
If you got enough ticks, then you grade. Yeah. And I mean, yeah. I remember being disillusioned early on by the senseis there, like lack of leadership. Even kids can smell that. As a kid, you're like, dude, no way. Like,
this guy doesn't know what he's doing. They definitely can, man.
It's amazing.
They act a fool, yeah. They just go nuts. They don't care. They're disrespectful. I think all people can sense that, man. If you don't actually bring any type of presence with, like, the way you instruct, teach, like you're saying, lead other human beings, people are going to walk all over you, man.
You can smell it pretty early on. Or it comes out eventually if you put up a front. So anyway, I'd always been interested. I was a huge fan of the UFC for years, actually. I actually remember as a kid when I was on a holiday in Currumbin.
Yeah.
I went to the video store and I saw there's like the naughty section, and then there's like all the special interest area.
Yeah.
Somehow you'd end up there as a kid, and
you would always go there as a kid.
Yeah,
it was a magnet for you.
It was, and I was really into WWF wrestling.
Okay.
And then I saw Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Yeah.
And it would have been like UFC 4 or something like that. And I remember looking at the back of it, and the guy had blood all over his forehead, and I was like, I reckon that's actually real fighting. Like, because I remember, I loved Hulk Hogan, but you knew it was fake. I was like, is that blood actually real? I remember feeling like an adrenaline rush looking at that, being like, that's actual fighting. Like, but then I didn't hear about it until, like, then 15 years passed or something, or whatever the math is. And then I was always a fan of the UFC growing up. You'd hear about the jiu-jitsu guys, and then you'd go on like YouTube benders, and I remember seeing Nogueira versus Frank Mir. I remember, the Kimura, but I just remember that transition and seeing the big guys, how it was like reversal, and then the way that he ended up on
flipped him on the bottom,
especially because he was losing on the feet, and Nogueira was actually doing it right on the ground, and until he reversed him and and he broke his shoulder, and I remember that.
Floppy arm and
it was so. I mean, stuff like that. Of course, we'd all seen the like the Hoist Gracie and stuff like that, like versus like chemo and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to, from what I understood, the sparring element was like giving you an idea of what it's actually like.
Yeah,
you get that feedback. So, look, I just Googled it, And
Found the closest gym.
hey, luckily for the Google results, Gaha was in the right order
Yeah.
or something. And
Yeah, they know how to put their search engine at the top for BJJ. I don't know.
yeah, it's funny how quick how things change, because you see this guy on the website, and that's Ed with his gear.
Yeah.
You don't know him, and you're like, okay, this is a stranger. And then I think I even wussed out the first night. I think I drove here.
Yeah.
And it was the lights are off. I'm like, oh, they're closed. Okay, good.
They're closed. I'm not going. Yeah.
Oh, I went. They were closed. Eh?
So,
And then I went again on another night. This is actually just up the road. I started maybe the last year that it was up the road, and then I went and saw a class, and then I think I did my first daytime with Anchor when he was here.
yeah.
And I had like shorts with pockets and a long sleeve like metal shirt or something,
Yeah.
and got smashed and immediately got that feeling, and immediately was like, I am never
to
not
do
doing
this,
this
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Like I loved it. Yeah, it was sweet. Like trying to pass the guard, and
You're just trying to figure out everything. It's so. I think like all people, particularly all people that do jiu-jitsu, have like this problem solving like urge. Like it's such a creative problem solving like activity. And it's so live, and it's so complex, and it's so unusual, and so uncommon, and it's just so unintuitive in certain areas. Like it becomes like this puzzle. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of creative people really they scratch their creative itch doing this type of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just so, like, to get good at jiu-jitsu, you have to be creative to some extent, because you got to figure out how to learn this crazy, multifaceted discipline of, you got to understand the anatomy of the body and all these different concepts and principles and stuff, and it's really interesting.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and a follow. Check out all our different social media platforms. There's heaps of content coming out. There's different snippets and content on different platforms. So make sure you're on everything. And again, if it helped you out, recommend to somebody else, and hopefully it'll help them out too.